Internal resistance to the Kremlin's aggressive policies is gaining momentum. New fires involving communications equipment and mobile operator infrastructure has been reported across Russia and in the temporarily occupied territories of Ukraine. The main intelligence directorate reports in recent months, fires at mobile operator towers and communications infrastructure facilities have become more frequent in Russia. Fires have been reported in the Republic of Adygey, Rostov Oblast, Kamchatka Krai, and the temporarily occupied territories of Ukraine. Local authorities traditionally do not comment on these incidents and attribute them to short circuits. But the frequency and geography of the events indicate an organized nature. The destruction of communications equipment on the territory of an aggressor state and the military invading territory can destabilize internal communication systems and complicate the work of security forces. Resistance within Russia is growing stronger. Residents of the aggressor country who disagree with the criminal war against Ukraine are finding ways to express their protest by attacking infrastructure. As previously reported in the temporarily occupied territory of Zaporizhzhia Oblast, the Ukrainian underground launched a precision strike against Russian military infrastructure. A train carrying Russian military equipment and ammunition derailed early in the morning of October the 26th, 2025. A powerful explosion rocked the railway line between the temporarily occupied towns of Chernigovka and Stulniv in the Berdyansk district of the Zaporizhzhia region. As a result of a special operation by the Ukrainian resistance movement, the tracks were blown up, and a military train of the occupiers passing by at the time derailed. According to available data, the following have gone downhill: 1 locomotive, 3 railway platforms, 9 wagons with weapons and ammunition. A damaged section of railway, approximately 70 meters long, was rendered completely unusable. Transport links were paralyzed, which would significantly complicate the supply of Russian units operating in the Tokmak and Berdyansk area. The Ukrainian resistance is increasingly attacking the enemy's logistics, depriving the occupiers of the ability to quickly deliver equipment and supplies to the front lines. Such operations will continue until Russian troops leave Ukrainian soil. Earlier, agents of the Atesh resistance movement provided the Ukrainian Defense Forces with the coordinates of a communications vehicle used by the Russians as a mobile command post in the Zaporizhzhia sector. The strike on the target disrupted coordination between units. Our sources in the occupying forces provided the exact coordinates of the P-142 HMP communications vehicle, which was used as a mobile command post to control enemy units. This information allowed the Ukrainian Defense Forces to deliver a precision strike on the target, the partisans said. The destruction of this communications hub caused chaos in the Russian command system. Coordination between units and the transmission of orders were disrupted, which seriously affected the enemy's combat capability in the front sector.
Russian President Vladimir Putin revealed new details about the Burevestnik cruise missile, saying its nuclear reactor is 1,000 times smaller than one on a submarine. According to Associated Press on Sunday, Russia's chief military officer, General Valery Gerasimov, reported to Putin that an October 21 test of the Burevestnik was a complete success that proved its capabilities. Putin repeatedly has brandished Russia's nuclear might since he sent troops into Ukraine in February 2022, declaring that Moscow was prepared to use all means to protect its security interests. He again turned to nuclear messaging now as Trump has put a planned summit in Budapest with Putin on hold and declared his first major sanctions against Russia. Speaking at a meeting with wounded soldiers, Putin again claimed that Ukrainian troops were encircled in Pokrovsk and Kupiansk and suggested that the Russian military was ready to open safe corridors for Ukrainian and Western journalists to let them see with their own eyes what's going on there. He indicated that Russia is open for a deal for the Ukrainian troops to surrender like they did in Mariupol in May 2022, saying that the media visit to the areas would allow reporters to see the condition of the encircled Ukrainian troops. We are only concerned about possible provocations from the Ukrainian side. We are ready to halt fighting for a certain period, for a few hours, so that groups of journalists could go there for 2 or 3 or 6 hours, speak to Ukrainian soldiers and leave, Putin said.
Это небольшая ядерная двигательная установка, она при сопоставимой мощности, скажем, с атомным реактором атомной подводной лодки в 1000 раз меньше, чем ядерный реактор на подводной лодке. В 1000 раз. Но самое-то главное даже не в этом. Самое главное в том, что если обычный ядерный реактор запускается в течение часов и дней, недель, то этот ядерный реактор запускается в течение минут и секунд. Даже самые наши перспективные ракеты межконтинентальные дальности Сармат. Но и в народном хозяйстве мы сможем это применять, сможем применять в будущем при решении проблемы энергообеспеченности в Арктике, в лунной программе будем использовать. И сейчас, даже сейчас уже радиационно защищенная электроника, используемая в ракете «Буревестник», уже используется в космических программах. Так что это прорыв не только в области повышения обороноспособности страны, но и в целом в науке, в народном хозяйстве в будущем. Вам тоже это важно, да? Вы там воюете на фронте, жизнью рискуете, и, конечно, в городе Купянске и городе Красноармейске противник оказался блокированным в окружении. Растающее поколение. Вы абсолютно правы. Они не против, Андрей Иванович, не против того, чтобы запустить в зоны окружения противника представителей средств массовой информации, иностранных журналистов и украинских журналистов, с тем, чтобы они зашли и своими глазами увидели, что там происходит, убедились бы в том состоянии, в котором находятся окруженные войска Украины, и с тем, чтобы политическое руководство Украины приняло соответствующие решения по судьбе своих граждан и своих военнослужащих, так как они это когда-то сделали в Азовстале. Главное в том, что если обычный ядерный реактор запускается, нас беспокоит только одно, чтобы с украинской стороны не было никаких провокаций. Мы готовы прекратить боевые действия на определенное время, на несколько часов, на 2, на 3, на 6 часов, с тем, чтобы группы журналистов могли зайти в эти населенные пункты, посмотреть, что там происходит, поговорить с украинскими военнослужащими и выйти.